How to create good content that drives traffic and bring leads for you consistently if you're always running out of ideas and don't have good copywriting skills. Today we are going to break down the important components of amazing blog posts that help you drive traffic and get leads without wasting money and time on content that doesn't work. Anyone can write or hire a writer, but are you hiring a writer who can help you build demand or trust? Or are you hiring a writer who only creates content for you? The truth is, content is not the same as content marketing. In order to succeed in a highly competitive digital marketing game, it is very important to get your content strategy right. And here are 8 important components of an effective blog post that helps build demand and trust for you. Tip number 1, have a specific target audience in mind. According to a data box survey, more than 90% of the respondents say that the target audience is the most important in their content marketing. We have previously done a lot of testing in our content, and having a specific target audience can drastically improve your engagement and reach. In our case, we often see an increase of anywhere from 3 to 60 times in reach if you target a specific audience. Why is it so important? Because let's think about it. Say as a financial advisor, we will come across a piece of amazing content with interesting statistics about your industry. Aren't you more likely to share with your colleagues or other people in a similar industry instead of sharing with everyone else? And they are more likely to share with others that are similar to them too. That's how things go viral. Even for this video, we're planning with professional service providers as our target audience in mind. So if this video reaches you, and you watch till this second, you're likely someone in the professional services, such as financial advisors or real estate agents, or maybe content marketers. So if you're a financial advisor, instead of trying to target everyone, you can try to niche down and target young families, single, or even soon to be retirees. They all have different financial needs, and if you serve their needs well, your content will be much stickier. Tip number 2, understand the problems they are trying to solve. Creating content that only generates traffic but doesn't help you build trust and demand and eventually sales are a waste of time and money. Understanding your target audience's pain points helps solve this problem. It helps you to create content to attract an audience with higher purchase intent, who will want to work with you eventually. What do I mean by this? Imagine having eczema all your life, and if a solution came along that can help you solve that problem and heal your skin, you'll be more likely to buy it rather than a vitamin C that solves no pain. There's higher purchase intent if you match your customers' pain points with your offering. Creating content is much easier when you start with the questions they have in mind. Like, what they're trying to achieve, what solutions they are looking for. The most effective way to identify these pain points is to ask questions. For example, asking a prospect's question like this: how would you describe our services to your friend who know nothing about us? Will help you capture search terms or keywords that you might have not thought of. Or maybe questions like this: what considerations do you have generally when you're trying to consider an investment vehicle? We'll help you understand what's the objection they have, and you can then address it in your content. We also have a customer questioning strategy template that you can use to uncover your prospects' pain points, and if you would like to have that, we have included in the link below for you to download. And do smash the like button if you like this video so that you can show it to other people who need content marketing help too. Tip number 3, do your keyword research. Most people treat keyword research as an afterthought. They stuff the keywords in the content and hope that in the end, their blog post will rank on Google page 1. But it's actually not the case. Keyword research helps you understand what your prospects are searching for and therefore help you write better content. It helps you start with the problems and solutions in mind before creating the content. If you try to create content, imagine what they need and then try to stuff your keywords in, you often lead to content with shorter reading time and a higher bounce rate. Trust me, big sites like Google and Facebook measures all that. It doesn't matter how many keywords you start in. All they care about is whether your content is able to solve their users' needs. There are many amazing paid tools you can use to do keywords research. For example, Ahrefs, SEMrush, and Mozy. But if you're on tight budget, there are also amazing free tools like Keywords Everywhere, SE Rankings, and Ubersuggest. These tools give you an idea of what keywords your competitors are ranking for. What are the long-tail profitable keywords that are less competitive? And what are the remotely related keywords that you can target? Tip number 4, analyze your competition. You don't want to recycle blog post ideas that your prospect have seen more than 100 times. Doing so will not help you establish your expertise, and it demonstrates that you are not worthy for them to work with you. From our 6 years of content marketing experience, the best kind of content is usually content that people have not seen before, and it offers a different perspective, gives contrarian views, and share new knowledge. So, if you are doing a simple search on Google or Facebook and realize that tons of people are already creating content about Guide to Investing in Singapore, it is not a good idea to do the same thing. Instead, try try to look at what other things that your prospects are searching for, but yet not so many people are competing to serve those needs. For example, there are people who ask how to invest with little to no money. So creating content on how to invest if you only have $5,000 may have better chance of getting more viewership for you. Also, when you're doing your competitive analysis, try to address these questions. What's their USP? How do they solve their audience needs? Who's their target audience? What keywords do they rank for? Tip number 5. Details, details, and details. A good blog post is like this painting on the left. It is the details like the colors, the eyes, the strokes that make a difference. A bad blog post is like this painting on the right. There are usually no details, no compelling case studies, no data, no detailed explanation. That's why they are always so bland to read. The first useful tip I have is to include statistics and data. People are drawn to numbers. You can see how this video uses statistics to draw people's attention.
Nearly half of men say they do most of the homeschooling. 3% of women agree.
You can Google for terms like statistics plus your keywords or infographics plus your keywords. For example, real estate infographics Singapore 2021 or retirement statistics Singapore 2021. Secondly, you can also do a case study that details how you have helped your clients solve their challenges. You can include your specific performance and show the before and after too. Besides that, you can also do customer interviews. All this will make your content more compelling and enjoyable to read. Tip number 6. Create a brief or outline for your content before you write. Doing this is important because it helps keep your focus and have a better clarity of the goal that you're trying to achieve through the content. If you're hiring a freelancer, it also gives you a more certainty and ensures that the writers understand what you're trying to achieve. In a content brief or outline, here are 4 important things you can include. 1. Keyword list, which we have discussed previously. 2. Introduction, which you can highlight who's your target audience and their pain points. This is just so that at the very beginning, you can write something that can empathize with them deeply. 3. Key points and subheadings. This will give you a better overview of the overall message they are trying to deliver. If you are creating content on identifying funds with better risk-adjusted returns than ETFs, here's an example of key points that form the basis of the content. Doing this helps you focus better and ensure that you don't include talking points that are unrelated to the topic. Besides that, most people scan, they don't read. So getting the subheading right is very important. It helps your reader to speed read and skip certain parts and help them catch the gist of it through the subheadings. 4. Conclusion. Most people treat the conclusion as a not very important part of the story, hence they always end it casually, just like the Game of Thrones. But let's imagine this. You spend all the efforts and hours to create content, write it, publish, and promote it, and at the end, don't you wish the reader can achieve something instead of leaving right away? So here are a few ways you can conclude a blog post well. For example, what's the call to action? Is it for your readers to download a free calculator? Or is it for them to get in touch with you for a free consultation? You can then include a call to action button with the relevant compelling copywriting. You can also summarize what they have learned, which will help your branding. Lastly, you can also ask an interesting question because it will make more people engage with the content or leave their comments, and it indirectly boosts your post engagement and brings in more readers. Tip number 7. Title. Create a few variations of titles. It is always not a good idea to have only one title and expect it to have high click-through rate when you publish. Let's imagine 1,000 people come across your post on social media. A 1% click-through rate means 10 people read your post, whereas 10% click-through rate means 100 people read your post. That's a pretty big difference. So, crafting titles is something that requires little effort. At most, probably 1 hour of your time, but I can assure you that it will be so worth it. Bonus tip, if you use Facebook dynamic tools, in just 1-2 days, with less than $10, you'll be able to tell which titles work better than the others. Sometimes a few times difference. In this particular example, we were able to single out a title that gave us 3 times better click-through rate, which means 3 times more visitors for us. If you're struggling to come up with ideas for titles, you can also read our guides, in which we break down 14 formulas to write kickass titles. I've placed a link in the caption below. Alternatively, in our content marketing course, we also have title templates backed by human psychology that you can deploy right away. If you're interested, you can find out more in the link below. Tip number 8. If you are in an industry where topics are often a little dry, for example, finance, real estate or accounting, having a simple infographic like this one here will often perk up the reading experience and make it less heavy. And this can be easily created using free tools like Canva. You can have access to beautiful graphics, templates, stock images, and fonts that can help you with the storytelling of the content. Bonus tip: to test the feature image tool, it can also have a major impact on your content click-through rates. Tip number 9. Storytelling and delivery. There's little use if an awesome analysis goes unnoticed because of the dry writing style. Besides breaking down difficult to understand concepts and having better explanations, you can make use of this effective framework that has been tried and tested in the movie and advertising industry for many years. That's the 3X narrative structure. It comprises of the hook, the conflict, and the resolution. Just like a Superman movie. If he wins all the time, it is not exciting anymore. It's the introduction of the bad guys that he cannot beat without sacrificing himself that makes you want to continue watching and see being resolved. So, as a financial advisor, the tip I have for you is that instead of sharing all the rosy pictures on what your clients have been able to get, try to introduce some challenges that they face and how you help them overcome them. We have also developed 4 effective frameworks of the 3-act narrative structure that you can deploy straight away in your digital marketing. If you're interested, you can also find out more in our content marketing course. You can check out in the link below. After all, creating content that helps you build demand and traffic takes a lot of practice to get it right. Hopefully, with the tips that we have shared with you, you'll be able to have a better direction on creating amazing content. If you are still confused and need help, do reach out to us for your content marketing needs.